So yeah, I made Ballistic's Heirloom and a lot more people saw it than I was expecting. And the comments had a little bit of a pattern to them. How about Maggie Heirloom? Where is it
Newcastle
at?
needs he needs
It
one
needs a
and
Maggie
Maggie.
heirloom
Bro, I
concept
can't wait for
pack.
Can you please no Maggie?
What for
Maggie
Ballistic?
one
Make
Ballistic
Ballistic
before
get
Maggie.
one
Got
before
Heirloom
Maggie.
before
Ballistic
Ballistic
before Maggie.
before Maggie.
Okay, yeah, you want Maggie's Heirloom? Fine. I'm MackTheBoatMan and I made Mad Maggie's Heirloom. The reason I make these heirlooms is because I have a passion for Apex and the creative process. I appreciate that enough where I want to become one of those artists myself. At the moment, I feel like everyone sees heirlooms as some sort of status symbol, but really they're artistic additions to the game that builds on a character's personality and gameplay, and you know, fucking spinny knife in it. But personally, I don't agree with universal heirlooms because they're not as unique as legend heirlooms. Separated from heirlooms as a concept, the artifacts are still really cool and unique on their own, because although the price tag of normal heirlooms are way too high, artifacts are something else, especially for something that doesn't have the same connection or depth of inspiration to it. But legend heirlooms are made purposefully, not customizable, and they're a polished vision directly from the artists. When something like artifacts happens, sometimes I feel like we all need to come together and make some honest, constructive criticism, rather than shouting at a brick wall on Twitter. That's why I'm going to be posting a lot more videos about all sorts of concepts and fixes that I believe would benefit the game and what I would have done differently. And I want to state that my heirloom is a concept. It is not a real heirloom, the animations are not mine, they're taken from the Buster Sword heirloom because I'm a 3D modeler, not an animator. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to present Mad Maggie's heirloom, the Chainbreaker. This heirloom has a lot of inspiration packed into it, including her drill, her ult, baseball bats, motorcycles, chainswords, the gold grenades, and a lot more that are just mushed together into an abomination of a war machine. It mostly resembles a baseball bat, but it has many other features. The handle is referenced from Maggie's drill and wrapped in a blood-soaked leather. At the bottom you'll find a golden fitting resembling the gold grenade that Maggie used to blow off Fuse's arm. At the top of the handle is the controls to the weapon, including the ignition and the motorbike-inspired brake used for revving up the blades. In the main body are access panels for maintenance and many exhausts, as well as many messages and markings representing Maggie's big kills. Within the 4 sets of jaws hides 8 highly powerful rotary blades, designed to rip and tear Syndicate scum. And finally, underneath the high-impact shutters lies the centerpiece of the weapon, the blood-stained golden phoenix with telescopic pickaxe-like spikes, designed to stick into your prey and ensure that the blades shred the target to pieces. With all the mechanical bits and pieces, you can get an idea of how much damage she could deal on the battlefield with this thing. And personally, I feel like it's a great fit for her. I understand there's going to be a lot of people that don't like my concepts, and I can already see a few things that I would change, but I've already spent so long working on it that I need to take the lessons I've learned and move on. The way I made the Syndicate Dusters and now the Chainbreaker, I was very reserved, and I had hardly shown it to anyone, and I had tried to make it some sort of surprise or big reveal. And I found that to be a problem while I was trying to improve my initial designs. That's why I want everyone who's watching this to come to my Twitter and tell me how they would improve it and share their opinions on the heirloom. For my future projects, I'm going to be posting the progression every week or so you can watch it develop in real time. You'll be able to influence the design in the polls and comments and make them better overall. Also, it'll encourage me to work on these projects more and get them out at a better pace. I'll show on screen now an old Vantage heirloom concept that I never got round to finishing, and I could continue that. I also could finish my Ash Nunchuck concept that EA stole, but I talked about that in my Ballistic heirloom video. I've also recently had a concept for an Alter heirloom based on the Wukong staff. It would have the aesthetic of all of Alter's equipment, and we've already seen how well the silhouette of the staff works with Alter and her stories from the Outlands. And I've had a look at a lot of polearm weapons that could work for her, but with the release of Black Myth Wukong, I feel like a design revolving around his staff with Alter's rift abilities able to change the type of polearm that it is with each attack. I also want to incorporate some sort of Chinese dragon into the design, much like that one Valorant gun skin. But again, I'll post more updates on my concepts, and I could even come up with something completely different. But I want to know what everyone wants me to do next. If anyone would be interested in a collab, I'd love to work with someone experienced in first-person animations to take these concepts even higher. I love working on these projects and hearing all the positive things you guys said about the ballistic heirloom. It's one of the few things that gives me fulfillment at the moment, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And it's all thanks to Ross the Squirrel that messaged me and asked if he could make a small video on it. Of course I said yes, and thanks to him, it's now nearly got 750,000 views and still growing. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to listen to me ramble. Please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Check out my Twitter, and I'll see you guys with another heirloom soon.